Welcome to Fit to a T 2020 style. We hope you're all doing well. We miss having you here, but we are going to cook up a storm for the holidays. I'm Coach K, and we have a whole crew of sous chefs coming to help you make wonderful things for the holidays. We're going to start off with our two rules that we always follow. Wash your hands very, very carefully. I already did. And the second thing is we always read our recipes all the way through before we start. Today, we're going to cook for Thanksgiving. And we know it's going to be a different kind of Thanksgiving this year, but we still can cook. And one of the things we're going to do in our house and our family is we're each going to cook and bring food to each other, since we can't get together. But however you're doing it, I hope you'll do some cooking and that this will inspire you. The first thing we're going to make is cranberry sauce. And our cranberry sauce is made with real cranberries. You can buy them frozen and do this recipe too. But these are fresh straw cranberries and they pop. So we're going to watch them open up and pop. So the first thing we do to make this recipe is we take a pot, we fill it with, I have to look at the recipe, 12 ounces of fresh cranberries. We add to it 3/4 of a cup of water, just a dump. We add to it a whole bunch of wonderful spices. And if our camera person will hone in, you can see that we have cinnamon sticks. And these are called allspice. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. You don't have to use them, but they add a wonderful little flavor to this recipe. Then we have whole cloves. Again, if you don't have them, don't worry about it, but they're fun. They make a wonderful sharp taste. And this is called a star anise. And it is a beautiful thing that grows in nature and has a wonderful, wonderful flavor. Again, not in your house, don't worry about it. The cranberries will still taste good. Cranberries are bitter in and of themselves, so we have to add sugar. And in this case, we're looking for a cup, a whole cup of sugar. And believe it or not, that's all we do. I have to take a spoon, and I don't know where there is one in this drawer. No. And we stir this up. And whoopsie, we have runaway cranberries. And then we're going to put this on the stove on medium. And we will come back in about 5 or 6 minutes and watch them pop. Meantime, we're going to make another wonderful recipe for Thanksgiving. Along with our cranberry sauce and your turkey, sweet potatoes are a really popular side dish for Thanksgiving. This is a recipe that my family has made for many years and has a very special topping. Coach Andrea is going to show us how to make a sweet potato casserole with corn flake topping. Welcome, Coach Andrea.
Thank you, Coach Leslie. Hello, everyone, and hope you're all staying well. Hope you're all staying safe. Thanks so much for joining us. Again, as Coach Leslie said, we're sorry that we can't be together doing this, but this is just as much fun. During the holidays, we all make special dishes, and when everyone hears sweet potatoes, they think of that standard sweet potato recipe with the marshmallows on top. And while that's very good, Coach Leslie wants to share a fabulous recipe for sweet potatoes that does indeed have a crunchy, sweet, and different twist as a topping. So what you're going to do is you're going to cook sweet potatoes, about 22 ounces of sweet potatoes or 2 large sweet potatoes. You can either peel them and boil them. You could boil them first and then peel them. I baked this one just because I like the flavor of baked. And once you bake it or cook it, it's just so very easy to peel it. Okay, the peel comes right off. And then you just cut it up and put it into a bowl. And then you can puree it, you can mash it, you can leave chunks in it. Whatever texture you like is the texture that you can make, okay? So I've got this in a bowl, my sweet potatoes, my cooked sweet potatoes. To that, I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of white sugar. I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of no-fat evaporated milk. I'm going to add an egg. And some pumpkin pie spice. You can spice it up as much as you'd like. I love pumpkin pie spice. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice, the things in your pantry that might work, I mean, you can combine nutmeg and cinnamon, mace, allspice, things like that. But pumpkin pie spice at this time of year, you'll definitely find it in your grocery. So what I'm going to do is mix this up. And I've preheated my oven to 400. You don't need to grease the pan, but it's an 8-inch square pan. Mix it up thoroughly. Okay. Put it in the pan. Spread it out and pop it in the oven. Again, the oven is preheated to 400. And that's going to go in the oven for about 25 minutes. And we're going to take it out after 25 minutes and then put the special topping on. And you'll get to see that in about 25 minutes. Thank you. Stay safe.
Our cranberry sauce is cooking away on the stove. And if we look closely, you'll see that all those berries have popped. And as they pop, they send out something called pectin, which thickens, and that's what makes the cranberry sauce that you get out of a jar. That's what you would ordinarily see as a jelly, but we're making it ourselves. As it cools and thickens, it will look more like what you're used to seeing that comes out of a can. We're gonna let this cook a little bit longer, and then we're gonna add raisins and some orange zest to it. We'll be back in a few minutes. So the cranberry sauce has thickened beautifully. You can see how it coats the spatula, and then you know that we're ready to go. It'll get thicker as it chills. Meantime, we want to take out our wonderful cinnamon sticks because they're not exactly fun to chew. And we want to take out the star anise, which I will find in here somewhere. The rest you can leave. Then we're going to add a 1/2 cup of raisins. And you could use cranberries, dried cranberries if you want. You could use dried apricots if you wanted. You can, some people even put some nuts in it. I just use raisins. Then we're going to take our favorite microplane, which I hope all of you have one of. They're easy to find and they're so good. And we're going to take some of the wonderful zest off the top of the orange and smell it, because all the good oils are right in the orange skin. And we're going to put that in there after we cook it so we don't lose the flavor. And then we are all set. I found the star anise, there it is. Now we're gonna pour this into a lovely serving bowl and refrigerate it, and it can stay in the refrigerator for up to a week without any problem. And not only is it good next to your turkey, but it makes the best turkey sandwich if you spread it on kind of like jelly. So there's our cranberry sauce.
I'm back. Thanks, Coach Leslie. Making the topping while the casserole is in the oven to put on it. We have about another 10 minutes till it comes out. But in the bowl, I've got cornflakes, pecans, brown sugar, and melted butter. I'm mixing that all together. Not crunching the cornflakes too much because I want them to still kind of stay whole and crunchy on top. And that's it. So when the casserole comes out, we're gonna spread this on top, put it back in a 400-degree oven for another 10 minutes, and we'll be ready. Thank you. Hello again. We're back now to top our sweet potato casserole. You can see it came out of the oven, it's baked, it's nicely browned, it's a little bit puffed up. And we've got our mixture with the pecans, brown sugar, butter, and cornflakes. What's not to love, right? We're just gonna put that on top. And you know, I'm using an 8x8 inch pan. If you want to make more, I mean, just adjust your recipe according to the size pan that you have, okay? It's pretty simple. And if you like more sweet potato, do that. If you like more brown sugar, do that. But the basic recipe works like a charm, and it's wonderful. So there we go. We're ready to put it back in the oven for 10 minutes, and then we can eat it.